I've been playing Minecraft for over 4 years now, and at the beginning of 2023, I decided I would push myself to get better at building. So this last year, I built over 50 builds in many styles, and I'll be showing you my 10 favorite builds today. At number 10 is this snowy mountainside log cabin that I built on the bakery server stream day. I really enjoyed adding snow to this roof, making the snow a little bit deeper in the places where the roofs would be joining. And now that we've seen the outside, let's check out the interior. When you step inside the door, we have a nice entry with some lights hanging from the ceiling. We have a big bookcase here, and then you can come into the living area, another bookcase, some places to sit down, next to a nice fireplace. I also really liked building that moose head up there, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Coming over here, we have a nice table and some storage under the stairs and a little bit of a kitchen over there. Then making your way upstairs, there's a nice bed, bedside tables, and a little bit of a chair over here. Then you can also come over here, and this is a great view looking down into the living room. And at number 9 is this medieval tavern that I built on the 1 month long hardcore SMP called One Shot. Some of my favorite things about this build is I really enjoyed doing the roof shaping, as well as all the details and making it feel a little bit overgrown on the edges. And I'm pretty sure that this is my favorite interior that I did this year. There's a lot of tables and chairs for people to sit at. There's a nice fireplace over here along with a jukebox. Then you can come over here and get a couple drinks sitting here at the bar. And then back behind the bar, I had a storage area that I used to store all my materials in for the season. Over here in the corner, you could come upstairs, and I had full bedrooms upstairs here. And there's a bed, a couch, and a fireplace. And if you come over here, we also have a little bathroom. And at number 8, we have this spooky swamp house that I built with my friend JP. My favorite parts about this build is all the branches and roots that are holding up the base of the build, as well as the overgrown, rundown feeling that the build gives. Walking up these stairs here, we enter the interior, which is a nice storage room. And there's a furnace and some storage, along with a nice crafting area and some shelves to showcase some items. Then making your way up to the next level, we have a nice brewing area with some netherwort growing. We can then come up to the next level for a nice living room with a fireplace and a couch, as well as a reading area. Come over here to this ladder, and this brings you up to the bedroom, where there's a nice bed and some storage here to put your belongings. Continue up the ladder here, and this is where you come to the attic, and there is a full enchanting setup, some more bookshelves, and a nice little jukebox area. And then we go up the ladder one higher, and up here is the top of this tower that you can look out for a nice swampy view. At number 7, we have this classic medieval house with a little bit of a fantasy twist, along with some overgrown roofs. Then you can come up these stairs here, open the door, and to the left here we have a nice storage room with all of the tools that you need. Over here a nice fireplace and a dining room table. Then over here we have a stairway that leads up to the bedroom. I really like the design of this fantasy bed. I think it turned out really nice. And in the middle of the room we have this cozy fireplace. Over here we have a full level 30 enchanting table next to a cozy couch. And over here is a desk with a bunch of plants. Behind the desk we have this bookshelf with an armor stand and a ladder to climb up and get your books. My favorite part about this build is the vaulted ceilings with the exposed beams that give it a really cool look. Next we have this medieval water mill. My favorite part about this build was all the details that I was able to put in the water wheel. I also enjoyed doing the roof on this build,
and was able to come away with some nice textures. Now coming into the inside of this build, we're able to open the door, and I tried to make it as realistic as possible with some gears up here that turned a grinder to grind the wheat, and I really liked how this turned out. Then you can come up this ladder right up here where we have all the wheat storage and other things that a mill might have. At number 5 is the spooky castle that I built with my friends Grayson and Aram. This was a pretty large project, but I really like how it turned out. The floating bridges, all of the details and texturing, as well as all the organic dead trees that are wrapping themselves around the castle. My favorite part was this bottom area using a gradient from blackstone the whole way down to andesite. I also really like the vibe that this gives with all of the lights and the windows, and I think it turned out pretty amazing. At number 4 is this medieval style castle that I built with my friend Dezd. This was definitely an enjoyable project to build. Some of my favorite parts were doing all of the details. I really liked making this bridge that is broken off coming out of the front. Also all of the details and the medieval house on the very top. And then the stone gradient just pulls it all together on top of this lovely mountainside with the spruce trees surrounding it. There is no interior on this build, but hopefully next year I can make a medieval castle with an epic interior. At number 3 is this cherry blossom temple. This is the first build I did with the cherry blossom wood and leaves. I tried to make a build that I could incorporate a cherry blossom tree next to a build, and I thought a Japanese temple would be fitting. I had a lot of fun adding all the little details in here. This was the first big Japanese build that I've ever done in Minecraft, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Walking up the pathway here, there's also a full interior. You can come inside the door and there's a 3-story temple interior with a lot of beams and decorations. Then you can go down the stairs to your right or left, and there is a nice storage room and all the tools that you would need for survival. And at number 2 was this fantasy mansion that I built with my friend Grayson. This was one of the most fun builds that I've done this year. I really enjoyed practicing all my detailing, as well as some coloring and shaping that I've not done on other builds. My favorite part was doing these windows using blocks that are normally not used, as well as different shaping techniques to get this elegant shape. I also liked the roof palette, which was a red to purple gradient that was pretty unique and really made the build pop. Walking up this large stairway here, we are then able to go inside, and there is a full 3-story interior inside this building. Starting here at the main floor, we have the living room over here to the left, and then we have a nice dining room, and up these stairs right here, we have a little bedroom. Then we can take this middle stairwell over here and go to the second level, which gives you a closer look at the chandelier that has quite a few unique blocks in it. Coming over here to the left, you can come up here to a nice enchanting area. You can then come over here and take another stairway to the 3rd level. And up here we have some more storage and crafting areas. Up here you really get a vantage point over the massive interior as well. And number 1 is this tropical island with a pirate house on it. I took this island and completely transformed it, imagining that some pirates came along and their boat wrecked on the rocks. Then they took parts of the ship like this mast and this sail, and they used it to build themselves a house. I tried to incorporate a lot of tropical colors as well as the new bamboo blocks into this build, and I really like how the coloring and texturing turned out. My favorite part was definitely building this old ship mast that turned into a little watchtower along the side of the house. I think it really makes the build stand out and feel pretty magical. I designed this to be the ultimate survival base, so let's take a look at the interior. Open up the door here and we have a kitchen and a dining room as well as a living room with a jukebox and some discs. Coming over here, we have another entrance with a bunch of plants. I tried to make this feel like a nice little plant room inside the front entrance. Then back inside here, we take these stairs leading up to the second story. Up here is some storage, as well as a furnace that does actually connect to the chimney outside. We also have crafting and a brewing area over here for all of your potion needs. Turning around over here, we have a ladder that you can climb up here to a little enchanting area. I really like this little attic feel. Then back down over here, we can come into the bedroom, another storage area here, as well as a bed and a little couch. Then coming outside to this watchtower. This also is a great view, as well as a great place to take flight with your elytra. You can come over here and climb the whole way to the top of this mast using this ladder for another great vantage point of the top of this build. And then we can also take these stairs down to the main deck that wraps around this whole build, and we're back here at the main entrance. Another thing that makes this place a great survival island is this cave over here that leads into a mining area as well as a nether portal. Jumping in this card here will actually take you the whole way down to diamond level as well for all your mining needs. And that's the tour of all my favorite builds from this last year. If you'd like to explore my builds for yourself as well as build them in your own worlds, there is a link to download them all in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.